What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. It's Barbershop Jay. Be your host for the day. Sitting alongside who, in my estimation, is one of Cleveland's best kept secrets when it comes to youth football. Coach D. What's up, D?
What's happening?
How you feel?
All right.
All right now. Coach D is here to help us break down the NFL draft. That's right, the 2014 NFL draft and just what it means for the Cleveland Browns. So, Coach,
Yes.
up first, Ray Farmer.
Okay.
Now, before you even give me your thoughts on him, let me tell you something that he said in the Plain Dealer the other day. I'm not going to even give you a day or nothing like that because they all over the place. It's Plain Dealer when they're reporting it right. Ray Farmer said, the draft is the lifeblood of the organization. Now, is he talking about this draft or is he just saying the draft in general?
Well, I believe he was speaking on the draft in general, but it's the lifeblood, it's the lifeline, it's our life support this year.
Okay.
The draft this year is our make or break. This draft right here will either make the Browns, it will catapult us into perennial playoff appearances, or it'll be the same old Browns as usual, pick and bust and doing things and picking players that can't make an impact immediately. Or, like I said, this would be the draft that they can mark down and say, this is the draft that took the Browns from not being relevant to super relevant.
So wait a minute. If I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying if they don't get this right, obscurity is where the Browns gonna be at. Obscurity?
As close as that word you can get, because there's no way you can have 10 picks, 7 of them in the first 100. That's where we can get the best 100 players in this room. You get 7 of them, regardless of position. You get 7.
Kid in the candy store.
Man, and you miss. You get all the bad candy, all the nasty candy.
Okay, it's over.
It's over for you. That's a long walk home.
And I only ask you that because, you know, seeing how we're reporting from what I like to call Chuck Hole City, aka Cleveland, Ohio. Our local media here they've been going on ever since Ray was brought to the. I'm not gonna say since he was brought to the Browns, but since he became the GM, if you would, because he was a scout or something or another for the Browns prior to, right?
Right.
So like almost like overnight,
right,
without nobody saw it coming. Bam! Ray Farmer was the GM. So right away, the local media, like piranhas, they all over it. Questions about this and about that, and should he be and shouldn't he be or whatnot. I mean, what is it about our media? What is there to question about him?
Well, that falls into the category of somebody not doing their research. And I have a problem with a lot of our media here who say whatever and spot off without doing research, because the NFL knows exactly who Ray Farmer is. Our media didn't. The NFL, the National Football League, knows who Ray Farmer is. They knew who he was in Kansas City. He had several GM opportunity jobs to go to. As you see this past offseason, he turned down the Miami job. And me personally, if this move wasn't made, we would lose Ray Farmer. Ray Farmer, in my opinion, would be gone. And you would have those 2 guys that were here before fighting, backstabbing, and backbiting each other. And God knows what the national perception of us would be if Ray wasn't here and these 2 other guys would still be here.
And you know, you brought up a good point. Ray turned down. Who did he turn down again?
This year, I can recall it was Miami, but it was 2 other. I think it was Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but it was 2 other jobs last year that he turned down also.
Okay, that's fine. It don't matter who the other 2 before. Let's just stay with one. He turned somebody down to take Cleveland. Right. Okay. Now you and I are lifelong Clevelanders.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that he saw in order for him to turn down on paper what might have been those other spots might have been better? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, my gosh, we 4-12. 4-12 is like, you know, my kids, they 5 and 6, 7, they sing a song 4-12, 4-12, like it's a fable or something. You know what I mean? We're so used to it. So again, what did he see to turn down the other ones to take this one?
Because he see what we
Or
see.
sees.
sees what we see when we take off our rose-colored glasses. As Browns fans, sometimes we do have rose-colored glasses. You know what? But that's part of being a fan. That's part of being a diehard. You're supposed to. But when they get down to it, this team got talent. This team is close.
Okay.
You just have to line yourself up the right way. And they started at the top, in the building, down to the practice field, and as me, you always say, down to the janitor and down to the guy parking the car.
Right.
Everybody has to be on the same page, and everybody has to be for the same goal. And finally, we're lined up the right way, and we got the right man in charge.
Okay. So let's go to our next question. The draft itself. The 2014 draft. Now, before you break this down for us, or before we get to breaking the draft itself down and all the components to it, let me point out, or I think it should be pointed out, that in 1996, the Baltimore Ravens, former Browns, were in the same position as far as picks go, 4-26.
What a first-time GM.
What a first-time GM. So, with the Browns this year again having 4-26, as did the Ravens in 96 having 4-26, and who did the Ravens take, by the way? Jonathan Ogden at the 4th spot. Yeah, and Uncle Ray. Well, you all know Uncle Ray Lewis. That is, from the U. That's right. At 26, did the Ravens? And I'm sure I don't recall it all, but the talk prior to the Ravens was they should take Johnny Manziel or was it David Klingler? Oh, okay. And who did they take?
They took Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis. And if my memory serves me well, they were looking for a running back. I think the pundits and all the experts said they should get a running back. We had Sammy Morris and I believe Eric Redd was on that squad. It was
Biner.
Ernest Biner was on that squad.
Yeah.
And I believe the wording was they needed infusion of something young into their offense. Again, as we know now, as Baltimore says, in Ozzie we trust. We just hopefully one day we can say in Ray we trust, because Ozzie has shown he's going to do what he wants to do and what's best for the team. They already had 2 stud tackles on that squad.
Yes.
When Ozzie drafted Jonathan Ogden.
And who were those?
Tony Jones. Herman Harvey. And
Zeus. Orlando. It might have been some other.
Yeah.
So, and I don't mean to cut you off. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Because I guess the point is, it's not about who Mel Kiper or Mayock or any one of them guys says. It truly comes down to you as the organization, who you done your homework on, and who you feel right about taking. Tony Dungy said in his book, Quiet Storm, I believe it was called Quiet Storm, any pick can be a hit or miss. It's up to the folks that's doing the picking to understand, more important than anything else, that they need to minimize that risk. Yes, and Ray Farmer, I trust, because Ray is a hands-on guy. All these guys is coming out and speaking of Mel Kiper, I don't really mean to get off the subject, but I was watching him the other day, man, his hair don't move.
Not at all.
Man, he got a for real helmet.
No, he has the best spritz and that's ever made. It never moves, but it never loses its shine either. So.
Oh yeah.
So it's good.
Okay.
But just like you said, it's definitely minimizing the risk, and also it's again doing what you do. When you go to war, when you go to a battle, you bucker down with who came with you to the fight.
That's right.
And Ozzie and those guys have shown that it's whoever's in that room, what they come up with as a consensus pick.
That's right.
They stay true to their board. I mean, all this new technology and all this new things that's going on, but the bottom line stays the same. Stay true to your board.
Yeah.
Stay true to who you are.
Yeah.
If you pick in 19th and you got 20 best people, the 20 best players on your list, it's going to fall right in line. Yes. It's going to be right there looking you in your face.
Right.
It's up to you to take that card to the commissioner and say, call his name.
So at the end of the day, it's not about what guy goes and what round and all of that. What it's about is, if you Ray Farmer, you've listed the top 100 players, regardless of position, the best players. at those the top 100.
And you said 7 of those coming with me.
And 7 of those coming with me. I don't care. And what did we say the last time when you and I were on the phone? We had a conversation with the one dude talking about maybe they should take outside linebacker. They Matt might fall to him. The guy said they already got Mingo. So what? So what? You take him anyway. You stockpile. If all you see in this draft is linebackers, the best at all your spots, then take them all. And we'll make phone calls later on about what we're going to do with the rest of them to make moves after the fact.
Talent wins in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
Talent wins in the National Football League.
Okay.
And like you said linebackers. If the Browns have 4, 26, and 35, if they took Greg Robinson, Jake Matthews, and Glenn Robinson, I'm not gonna say a word.
That's right.
If those were the 3 best players y'all your boy in the top 35, let's roll. You gonna do a lot of double tight. You gonna do a lot of student body left and the student body right. Your ground game will probably be the best ever in the National Football League. It's all about who you have rated and where you have it rated at. Make the pick. Make the pick, stick to it, and let's take off.
And one last thing I want to ask you. When it comes to the draft, do you see us staying where we at as far as, the first, second, third, so on and so forth? Or are there any possible last minute wheel and deal type moves or anything that you think might shake up what we feel to be the course or the path that the Browns will take?
I'm not about to put my name or my credibility on the line at all and tell you who's going to trade. Who you don't know till you're in that room.
Yeah.
And if somebody called with a deal that can benefit your team this year, because I believe whoever calls Ray with a trade to move up or back, it's going to be for a pick this draft. Ray won't have a 16-17 draft.
No.
He won't have a second round 2015. If you trade with Ray Farmer and the Cleveland Browns this year, it will be for a 2014 draft pick this year. Whether it's round 1 through 7, that's what he's picking for. You will not. I'm telling you, mark my words. You will not trade with Ray Farmer on a future pick. I don't even care next year. Because Jimmy Haslam showed you, he'll fire you 361 days into a 365 year calendar about when he hired you.
Shut the door on that one.
No, so I'm just telling you now, when it comes to all that trading back, no one knows. No one knows at all. But if they stick to the board, we all got to guess. But my thing of this whole ordeal is, I don't like when these pundits talk so matter of fact.
Exactly.
You don't have a clue. None of us have a clue.
None of us have a clue.
We're all on the air, on video, on TV, on radio with our opinions. We're guessing.
And you know what? I said the last thing, but the last thing you just said actually brought something else back to mind. The '83 draft, the '83 NFL draft, the one that lives in lore. It's forever. It's forever. Will forever be talked about. During draft time, before, after, it don't matter. That's the draft. Ernie Accorsi, he told the then Colts owner they'll be having 2 press conferences. Mine's, yours, announcing the pick that you want to pick, and my resignation if I'm not picking John Elway.
That's right.
So you stick to your, whatever it is, you the guy. This is your bread and meat. If you don't get it right, you don't eat. And listen here, by all means, it's unfortunate, but it's a reality in this town. Ray, let's just say, he's not going to get as many shots or chances. He only got a few seconds, whereas some cats got 2 or 3 minutes to get this thing right. So I trust Ray. I believe Ray knows.
Oh, no, you mean because Ray's African American?
Oh, well,
okay.
I was trying to be unpolitically.
Oh, no, you was double dutching for a minute. I know if you wanted to jump in, jump out, jump in, jump
Okay.
out. But
Well,
no, we have to tell you exactly what it is on Shot Report.
Oh, my bad.
Ray has an African American GM.
Oh.
That's 1. And for the first time, that's 2. He's only going to get 1 draft. If Ray blows 10 picks, 7 in the first 100, we'll be sitting there again saying, how was John Doe going to do with the draft? How GM Wally Luplum going to do with the draft? Because you know what? After that, if that happens, then we both going to go down there and put our applications in. Because we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, we've been doing this for quite some time.
And I'm a little better than 0 34 Mel Kiper who still has a job, but we won't go there. But yeah, Ray only got one shot at this. And to make it so bad, he has to hit it out the park. I mean, he gets so bad that he can even have a decent draft. Ray has to have a spectacular draft.
Oh, you brought something else to mind. You mean like the 1992-93 Dallas Cowboys? If I'm not mistaken, now y'all don't quote me on this. You can go look this up now. But I promise you 85% of what I'm getting ready to tell you is pretty much accurate. If I'm not mistaken, they had 9 picks that year. And all 9 contributed to the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl that year. And I would not, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think all 9 might have made the Pro Bowl. That might be a stretch. Okay, all right. I'm reaching there. But go look it up. The point I'm trying to make is, it don't matter how many you got. It's not who's being picked. It's who's doing the picking.
And since we referenced the 1996 Baltimore Ravens / old Cleveland Browns, in that draft, they had 7 draft picks. 3 of them made at least 1 Pro Bowl, and 2 of them is Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't matter who's doing the picking.
Who's doing the picking?
Doesn't matter.
With that being said, let's get to the $1 million question. My gosh, you cannot turn on the radio or the television. Now, forget the national media, the local media. Ever since, January? All they've been talking about is Johnny Manziel. Look, let me say this. This town is in love with the spectacular. But why is it that the draft every year is our spectacular? Or the player we pick is our spectacular? How about, I want spectacular too, right? You do too, right?
Absolutely.
But let the spectacular come from what's on the product on the field. So we got to stop putting the cart before the horse. So again, here's the $1 million question. Coach, Johnny Manziel. And let me say this. I'm not saying that Manziel will not be good in the NFL. I'm just saying he will not be good and is not a good fit, rather, let me say it that way, for the Cleveland Browns.
He's not a good fit for the Cleveland Browns. He's not a good fit for the city of Cleveland. He's not a good fit for the AFC North. And I laid that out for you. I'm going to go back and cover it for you, starting with the Cleveland Browns. We don't need no one selling tickets. There's 74,000 down there every week. No problem. 3-4 hours before the game, 3-4 hours after the game. We don't need help selling jerseys.
No.
There's jerseys and t-shirts and tank tops everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And for the city of Cleveland, he'll get a pass. Because we're just so thirsty to be on Monday Night Football. To be on Thursday Night Football. Why be on Monday Night Football and get your head blown off?
Thank you.
Y'all forget when we first came back, we fought real hard to get a Sunday night game. Pittsburgh beat us 43-0 on our first game home. Do we remember that, people?
Yeah.
So you keep on asking what you want and wishing for, you go get it.
Yeah.
You go get this boy coming here with all this hype and all this hoopla, and it's gonna be a dud. And you know what goes up must come down.
So what you're saying is we got a bad habit in this town. We ask for the spotlight, but then when we get the spotlight, we don't show up in the spotlight. Which one? I'd rather have, again, what's coming on off the field. Forget the spotlight. Build it first and build it right. Win, and the spotlight will come. You can't have the spotlight first.
See, that's like a kid, man. A kid all they want is something sweet and candy because they're gonna give them that temporary feeling, but in a minute they're gonna be back hungry. You didn't get full. It didn't fill you up. Give me something that's gonna fill me up. Fill me up meaning the entire year. 16 games, playoffs. That's full. I'm full.
Yeah.
I'm full, ready to digest it and get some more.
Yeah.
Which means give me to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on Sports Center every week. Oh, you see that pass, but did y'all?
Or look forward to the draft every year.
The draft is our Super Bowl. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And everybody knows it.
That's crazy.
I don't want to splash. Build me a team that's something that's gonna be gone for a while. Show me something that have longevity for it. I'll take that. I want to take my boys to the game. I want to take my boys to a parade. I don't want to just take it to the Johnny Manziel show and
At College Maria.
Right. Dad, he's gonna sound like, Dad, why you in the suit? Dad, why you not playing? Dad, no. Because he didn't went somewhere, he didn't get hit, because he's trying to freelance, or he's reading his own paper clippings, or he's seeing himself on Sports Center. Now he's feeling himself. No, give me 3-4 guys that's gonna make a difference, make an impact, and let's sustain it, and let's go.
Yeah. And you know, let me add to that. And or should I say, let me go back and explain why I said he won't be a good fit for Cleveland. It's not, again, because I don't think that he can play in the NFL, because I think he can. He has that thing that, you know, you hear former offensive linemen talk about in the huddle, you know, when they got in the huddle with Joe Montana and all. I'm not saying he's Montana-like, I'm just saying that thing where they knew when he got in the huddle, hey, we're going to get a touchdown, we're going to win this game. And that's what you got to have. But Cleveland, the reason he's not a good fit here is because this town is better. Our teams had more success when the collective was in play. Think about it. The 80s with the Cleveland Cavaliers, all right? It wasn't about Mark Price, it was about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Price, Doherty, Nance, Elo. The Browns in the mid-80s, in the early 70s even. The 80s, Kozar, Langhorne, Slaughter, Brennan, Biner, Mack. And the Indians in the mid-90s. Baerga, Lofton, Nagy.
Go back even further to the site.
Yeah, side, Greg Pruitt, Mike Pruitt, right. But on the flip side, turn that coin over, and then you get LeBron, Kyrie, Andre Rison. We do not deal with, or we do not handle the splash player or the player placed on the pedestal before he did a thing in the NFL. We already giving him the keys to the house, the cars, the mansion, you know, and even giving him our wife's passwords to our computers. Some of y'all out there. I'm just saying, man. The proof is in the pudding. It has to be done first. You know, George Karl, former coach of the Denver Nuggets, he brought up a good point. He said, talking about the NBA, of course, he said, we're in a day and age in the NBA where you got to have a star and then you build a team around the star. He said, how about build a team and then let a star emerge? And that's what was the case with the Browns. I mean, I'm old enough to remember, like I said, them 80s, the 70s and 80s, late 70s, 80s, and 90s. But all of our teams, that's what they embodied. The team and then the star. Because again, Mark Price's light shone real bright, but it didn't outshine the team. Bernie's light shone real bright, but it didn't outshine the team. You cannot have a guy who, like Bill Livingston, who writes for the Plain Dealer, once said, in a game after the Cavs, when LeBron was here, in a game after the Cavs had won, LeBron only had, his numbers were marginal. Mm-hmm. Mo Williams had 35, I believe. And he said in the article, in the caption or the heading was, Mo chipped in with 35. When is 35 points a chip in?
That's right.
You cannot start, we cannot continue, if we truly want to win, we cannot continue to put the player or the spectacular first and then worry about everything else second. Because y'all, the same folks that's building him up now, let him fall on his face. They're going to be the same ones talking about, well, shouldn't we have taken Khalil Mack instead and all of that? Man, stop it.
We definitely have a problem in this city of making a person bigger than the game. And like I said, you go back, like I said, just as recent as LeBron. I don't care what nobody say. We made him bigger than the game. We made him bigger than the city. And when he left, that's why it hurt so bad. Yeah, a great player left, but it's because we had elevated him to a pedestal so high that it was unfathomable to think that he would leave us.
Exactly.
We were that attached, emotionally tied up to this dude because we had placed him so high that we just couldn't fathom he left.
Exactly.
But if you go back, I'm glad you brought that up, man. If you just go back, we always have been a team-first city.
Always.
Bernie wasn't nationally recognized like that. People laughed at him for going in the supplemental draft so he could come here.
Exactly. And here's another one. Josh Gordon. Yeah. Supplemental draft again. Don't you all get it by now? Hello? Click, 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 pop, pop, pop. When we get the guys who are less heralded or the lesser knowns and we bring them on, we do better. Hello? We do better.
That team with Mark Price and Brad Doherty was the only high round pick. It was Brad Doherty's number overall pick. Ron Harper came later.
That's right.
Price wasn't a lottery pick. Nance wasn't. Him and Mike Sanders came on a trade.
What about Hot Rod?
Hot Rod wasn't either.
Oh, okay.
But
Elo.
Elo, I think he walked into the practice and got on the team. I don't think he even went to college. I'm no disrespect, Greg, but if you did, I'm just saying it wasn't a guy that you turn on NCAA basketball and heard McCaffrey and those guys bring their name up in March Madness.
Ad nauseum.
Exactly. So no, again, when you brought it up, it was guys that came, built into a team, and a star emerged. Mark Price. I was so glad he got the recognition he did in the All-Star games. Mark Price had been doing damage for years. I was just glad that the nation was able to finally see him.
Oh.
Hot Rod was a journeyman. That contract hamstrung us, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that the Miami Heat even offered him that money because he deserved it.
Oh, and speaking of Mark Price, you can go look this up on YouTube or however y'all do it. Google it. First point guard in the NBA to split a double team. Mark Price started splitting double teams off of that and all that. I know Tony Parker and all them guys are nice, but Mark Price started that.
Without a crossover. Without a crossover.
Oh, that's right. Without a crossover. Okay, so all of this Fred Astaire that these guys in the Today BA doing, this hurricane jerk for 35 minutes and running out the shot clock, all this ISO ball, that's a story for another day. Right. So, at the end of the day, Manziel, no way.
No way.
Oh, okay.
No
Moving
way.
right along. We also know we're going to stay in Chucko City, a.k.a. Cleveland, Ohio. In this town, every season, prior to NFL season, now don't get us wrong, we look forward to NFL football season just like all the rest of y'all. In January, we already what's going on next. But we have got to stop, once again, putting the cart before the horse. Every year in this town, that's all you hear on the radio. The closer we get to football season or draft or whatever it is. How many wins do you think the Browns are going to get? Oh, I look at the schedule. They can beat Pittsburgh. They can beat Tennessee. They can beat such and such. Are you kidding me? Our concerns, if you want to call them concerns, are misplaced. They're in the wrong place. How about this? How about winning your home openers? How about that? Now, I know they don't start off at the house this year, but still, 1-15? Or how about winning against the division? 21-62, I think, since 99. Those are the things that we should be talking about prior to an NFL season in this town. Not how many wins and losses, because guess what? Cause and effect. You take care of the first two, the wins and losses they're going to come right along with it, okay? We can't always set ourselves up for failure. That's why I say we blame the players a lot here in this town, but we have got to, excluding me and you, of course.
Right.
Okay, or you and me.
Absolutely.
We have got to stop. We got to start claiming it. Let's put it like that. Okay, we got to start claiming our own. We can't keep on bashing the players when we got a lot to do with the so-called failures or whatnot that go on downtown in Brownstown and Berea and all the rest
But
of us.
I don't know. I don't know, Jay. I don't know. The player, you have to care about something. You got to care more than popping the bottles. You got to care more than going to the window to the lady on the first and 15 to get your check. You got to care more about popping bottles in the club and how many Twitter followers you get, how many Instagram likes you get. Something inside you have to click. I know we're talking about football, but just recently, someone asked John Wall, how are you guys good this year and that last year? He said, man, I was tired of losing. I was tired of getting clowned by my boys when I went home. I was tired of watching all the playoffs on TV. That's what it's going to take. When they hit you inside there, when they go inside that ticker box right there, when you get tired of somebody laughing at you, man. I mean, and I wish I had a big word to use, but I don't. John Wall said, I got tired of getting clowned by my boys. This is a young guy who they can relate to, who's on Twitter, who's on IG, who do the nay and all that, and the kids can relate to. He said it. And that's the best thing that he could have said to our young kids out there.
Exactly.
He got tired of losing.
Yeah.
It was hurting. Not all, man, it was somebody else's fault, man, they ain't passed me the ball, man. You know, hey, my Billy ready. Oh, man, they ain't passed the ball, you know what I'm saying? They coach, they called to play for me, my suit ready.
Yeah.
No, he was caring about going home on break and his boys, who I'm pretty sure he's looking out for. I'm pretty sure they got a couple trucks and a couple cars because
Right.
they do it in the league.
Yes,
but
they-
when they at the car wash and sitting and going back playing pickup ball, Jay, man, we tired of seeing you in April.
That's
Jay,
right.
man, we tired of seeing you at the playground
That's right.
or at the cookouts in June.
That's right.
We want to come to a playoff game. And again, that's surrounding yourself with not a lot of yes men. So I give my credit to John Wall's boys. That's who give my props to John Wall's boys for getting this
For
here,
clowning
for clowning him, telling him, man, stop being here for the cookouts in May Memorial Weekend. We want to go to DC for the second round.
Yeah.
We want to meet y'all in Miami or South Beach for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So again, you got to put some of this on the players, man. You got to want to say, if I'm going to the club, I want to go to the club 1-0. We want a home open. I want to go to the club 5-0.
Right, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only
Right.
give me an extra bottle. Man, thanks a lot, man. The club jumping, we 6-0.
I
You
got
can't get in my spot, man, because everybody said the Browns in here now.
I got you.
Why you just going out just because you're going out? Well, don't get me wrong, have your fun. You made it there, but when it has to hit you in your soul that I'm tired of Pittsburgh, man. I'm tired of seeing them yellow flags here. I want to throw up on them. I want to run them over in my car. That should hurt you.
Preach!
It should hurt you, but
Preach, Coach D.
if it don't bother him, you say 1-15, double that, 2 and 30. 21 and 63, you said 42 and 100 and something.
Because here's the thing. This is what you're saying is, in this town, the Browns will lose 5 straight and go out to the club that night, and folks clamoring, knocking each other down to get their autograph. What? Man, I'm putting my cigarette butt out on you. I don't even smoke cigarette. I'm putting my cigarette butt out on your forehead.
Yeah.
He's a bum.
Yeah.
Because, and you know what you said? You can't find a big word right now. You know why? Because what's already understood need not be explained.
That's right.
You hear that? I second that. What's already understood need not be explained. Wake up, Cleveland. So let me ask you this, Coach. Is worse the first too much to ask?
Absolutely not. You gave me some real good stats that I had to go back and check on myself. I could take you back a decade. Could take you back 20.
Well, go ahead now.
But I'm only gonna take you back 5.
All right.
Almost 11, 12 teams
5th.
from last to first. Yeah, almost 12 from last to first, and not over a gradual period of time, a year.
Matter of fact, I remember that. I think it was 2010.
Kansas City.
Chiefs. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
1-15 to 11-5, won a division in the playoffs. I'm sure they wanted to win, but that's a fact. That's somewhere in black and white. It can be done. But again, changing the culture, changing the front office, changing how you do everything. I don't understand how we continue for so long doing the same thing. When did you run in your head into that wall gonna hurt? Would you got to see blood first? What's got to happen first, man? You have to change up what you're doing. I don't care if you're changing. I give Jimmy Haslam all the credit in the world.
Say what?
I give him all the credit. Where everyone bashing and laughing, and we toxic, and we this and we that. It ain't working. Bye.
Yeah.
It ain't working. See you. Matter of fact, you clean your office, clean your desk out. Box already downstairs. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay you now and then some. Cause ain't no hard feelings. It's just business. But guess what? This is his business now. He didn't inherit this team from his father. His father didn't pass away.
That's a good point.
He bought that. $1 billion.
That's a good point.
$700 million of his own money. $300 million he had to borrow. And everybody know when you borrow money, those are your bosses.
So what you're saying ultimately is the culture is mandatory. This year is a mandatory change. In this city, it's no more hoping to win. We have to start expecting to win. Is that what you're saying?
And listen.
And it starts now?
It starts now.
Okay.
And I give Cleveland fans is a double-edged sword. Because like sometimes we too gullible, we golly and we take off and running. But on the flip side, they recognize real early that Ray is winning now. You can look on the radio, barbershop, supermarket, the Browns trying to win now. Ray said, everybody, thank you.
Yeah.
That should have been happening.
Yeah.
5 regimes ago.
Yeah.
4 general managers ago.
Yeah.
11 coaches ago.
Yeah.
20 quarterbacks ago. Win now. Stop coming. We fell for the okie doke, y'all. We fell for the takes time. Give me my draft. Give me my players.
While other teams to the left of us and to the right of us.
Let me switch out his players and get my players.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Bill Belichick had Branch playing DB. But his name was Branch.
No, Troy Brown.
Troy Brown, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He played defensive back and safety.
Versatility.
No, that means when I call your name, step up. Earn your paycheck. Get paid. Get paid for real, man.
Man, coach.
4 or 5 years, man.
Yeah.
How many times we heard that? Everybody came and said, give us time. No, I'm not giving you nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't say, hey, I'm gonna give you my check for the season ticket, but don't cash it.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't cash it.
My
Are you
God.
serious? Before I turn around, it was already debited. Before I get to my car to check my balance, y'all gonna take my money already.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't tell y'all wait 4 or 5 months or you know what? I'm gonna write a check for 2000 and whenever y'all win.
Yeah.
I got 201 question mark. Cash that when y'all win. You ain't going by that. Y'all money is predicated on division, perception. This is what we're gonna bring in because you already counted it. So why we can't count on our teams to win?
Exactly.
You count on the cash my money. You giving a projection.
Exactly.
Well, project me a Super Bowl, man.
Exactly.
Project me a parade down Euclid.
Exactly.
Y'all spend all that money for the corridor. Let's send some floats down there.
Exactly. That's why I used to get upset. I'm watching Browns game, and it got blew out again. And right after the game go off, the first commercial is, hey, Browns season ticket office, come renew your season tickets for the 2013, 2014, 2015 season. Hey, how about this? How about here's one for you. What y'all should be asking us is, do we want fries with that refund? That's what y'all should be asking us. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's great. It's got to come to an end. It's got to stop, and it stops now. 2014 is the year. And like you said earlier, or we alluded to earlier, it's kind of eerie, really, that Ray Farmer's African American his first go round, as was Ozzie in '96, and they both sitting in the same spots at 4 and 26. Now, we're not no conspiracy theorists or we're not superstitious. We believe
that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
But you go look it up. We're giving y'all numbers, since numbers never lie. We're giving y'all something to go look up, something that you can check for yourself. But you know what, man? Speaking of Haslam, I'm glad you brought him up. I wanted you to tell me what his impact is on this team. But first, let me read something to you. Let me read this to you. This was in the Plain Dealer, Wednesday, April 16th. And this was the Pilot Flying J investigation. 1 year later now. They're still talking about this here in Cleveland, 1 year later. And the heading is, the NFL can penalize owners who hurt image. But Haslam's case varies from others. So that right there tells me, why are we talking about it 1 year later, really? Unless y'all just trying to drudge up some shock value, something that really shouldn't even be discussed. But let me read you a few snippets of this article. I'm not going to tell you it was written by, but let me read you a few snippets here. But with each turn of the screw, speculation grows about how the probe into one of Haslam's businesses is playing out in another, the Cleveland Browns. That's in another aspect or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Then I go, the Pilot Flying J investigation comes at a time when the always image-conscious NFL appears to have raised that sensitivity to a new level. Under Commissioner Roger Goodell, who took over in 2006, by the way, the league has placed a greater emphasis on conduct off the field that affects the league's prestige. Protecting the shield, a reference to the NFL logo and the league's reputation and public profile, has become a mantra under Goodell. That's his thing.
Right.
Haslam's situation seems more complex, though, than off-the-field issues involving personal conduct. Again, if that's true, why are we talking about it a year later, Cleveland? But let me get right to the meat of it all. The league initially declined to comment on Haslam for this story. I wonder why. After Browns Director of Communications, Zach Gilbert, contacted NFL offices, league spokesman Brian McCarthy responded in an email to what he described as a non-story.
Wow.
This is the league now. It's a non-story.
Wow.
So how can we ever see all of this? To me, in some shape, form, or fashion, ties into winning. You can't move forward. How you gonna expect to reap what you sow, reap the benefits? You keep holding on to this dead weight over here. How? It's a non-story. This is what the league said. And again, there's been no effect on the team's football or business operations. Mr. Haslam has fully participated in the committee and league meetings over the past year, including the recent annual meeting in March in Orlando. As the commissioner said at the meeting, when asked by one media member, there's been no reason, I repeat, there's been no reason for us to take any action as of now, and we don't have any indication that will occur.
Wow.
Come on, man.
But you know what? That's again, man. That's when you don't have, when you're void of winning. When you're void of winning and you don't have any success to talk about, when you don't have Pro Bowlers,
make stuff up. That's what you do. Okay.
It just shows that you're empty, that you're shallow. Where's your source? That you don't have anything to talk about. You want to drum up more things or dig up things on your own that the league is saying, chill out. He's good with us. This is your owner, man. This is your owner who is trying his best to make you relevant. But you want to keep digging? Listen.
Like you want one to cross over to the other.
You have 6 of the biggest letters in the world telling you it's okay. The NFL and the FBI. Those are 6 letters that if they say you good or chill, you all right.
Chill. You good?
The NFL said it's a non-story. The feds say when it's something, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
We know the address to Lou Groza Boulevard. We know how to get off on West 3rd on an off ramp and go right to the parking garage. If there's something there, we'll be there. Again, people, I've never seen a city or people that want to bring more heat on your own people. This is your owner, man. He paid $1 billion for this team. $1 billion.
No news is good news. Whatever happened to that?
Man, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable.
And let me say this too. You and I talked about Haslam in detail and about how he has investors. He has people he has answered to, of course, in purchasing the Browns. And the difference between him and Lerner, and no offense against Randy Lerner, but there was a time during his tenure where I felt like he should have sold the team. I mentioned that on the Les Levine show. I called in one time, Les Levine, More Sports Les Levine. And all the talk was like, no, he shouldn't go. Randy Lerner's a fan, a Browns fan, whatever that's really supposed to mean now. No sooner his time was up, Lerner's, he came out and flat out said the only reason he kept the team for this long because he made a promise to his father. Wow, what a disconnect. So the difference between Lerner and Haslam to me is like your first car. If your parents buy you that car, you're going to respect it because you got home training. But the car you buy with your own money, that's a whole different ball game. Because every time you look at it, you see them hot dogs and them chips that you had to eat for 2 years so you can save the money to go get that boy. You know what I'm talking about? The one your parents bought you, somebody bump up against it, hey man, it's my car, man. But the one you paid for, man, somebody even get near it, man. You might catch
Man, I had a 97 Hyundai, man. Red hatchback, baby. Wash the paint off it. Parked it right by the window like somebody really wanted to steal it. Nobody wanted that car but me. But you couldn't tell me that.
That's right.
Again, go on what he said.
That's right.
When you use your own hard money.
That's right.
That's his family's money.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Jimmy had a lot of that $700 million came from him, but I'm pretty sure he said, Dad, there's another investment. And because he had done so well, his father, okay, I'll help you out, son. His uncle, I'm pretty sure that majority of that money came from their family. But again, he had to borrow $300 million.
That's right.
He had to borrow that. So again, he had to be in the good with somebody. Somebody had to put a nickel on that. $300 million, y'all.
And he started right away showing not only those who helped him out or investors, he started to really try to show the people here that it was a whole different flavor. And it's not, don't wait till you get to the field to see the new flavor. We start right now. He talked about putting a dome on the stadium. He was like, look here, this is the Cleveland Brown Stadium. This is like a historic thing, a historic building or whatever. He said, man, let's put a dome on it. He says, no, it makes no sense that this thing is only used 22 seconds out of 365 days a year. Let's do this, let's do that. And then people here, Tony Zarella, my goodness. It might have been Andy Baskin too. They questioned, should Haslam put a dome on the stadium? Are you kidding me? Look at Indianapolis. Hello? We're talking Final Fours and all of that.
They're tired of having stuff in Indiana.
You see what I'm saying?
They're tired.
Yeah.
They're tired of having things there.
Yeah.
They like if anybody builds it, they basically saying because somebody put a top on something.
Thank you.
You know, listen, don't get us wrong. We're not apologetic or being apologists for what Jimmy Haslam done.
Right.
But again, as a grown man, I have to take him at his word. If he say I didn't
All
know,
day long.
I don't know until the feds land the stuff up and make it public record and say, this is what he knew, this is what he said, this is what he didn't do. Until that comes, I have to take my owner, because I'm a fan.
That's
in
right.
my city and my team,
That's right.
I have to believe my owner when he said,
That's right.
I didn't know.
Because
but
now,
then he paid him back with interest and the lawyer fees. Yeah, you got the money, do it, make it right, but he didn't have to. He could say, you know what, feds?
Yeah.
Keep digging, and then holler at me when you want to indict me.
Yeah.
We'll deal with this down the line.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. This is what I'm going to do to make it better. This guy was seen at all the tailgating spots.
That's right.
Hanging
That's
out.
right.
Hanging out, kicking
Oh my
it.
gosh.
I'm personable. You can touch me. I'm real.
He didn't have a soccer team.
No, he didn't leave in the third quarter.
Oh, okay.
I told you one
Okay.
before. I knew he was my man when he kicked the garbage can over when we was driving down, I think it was a Jacksonville game. When we lost to the Jacksonville, he was furious. I said, man, he's a fan. He's a fan of his own investment. And you can't be proud of something that's yours, what you gonna be proud of?
Shut the door on that one. Shut the door on that one. Unfortunately, y'all, that's all the time we got for now.
My mock.
Email us.
We gotta go with the mock, man.
You want to do the mock now?
We gotta go with the mock, man. You can't shut the door on the mock.
Oh, well, I
We
mean,
didn't juice them up for this, and you want to shut the door? Open the door, y'all. Put your foot in the door. Remember, I trying to close the door when you look.
What?
No, put your foot in the door, y'all.
Oh,
Put your foot in the screen door. Don't let them shut the door.
You ain't going to let me apologize to people? We only got 13 minutes. No, don't do your mock, man. I apologize, y'all. We just so amped and so hyped about doing this thing here, you know what I'm saying? I forgot I made a mockery of the whole mock. We're going to go ahead and mock it then.
Okay. I wouldn't.
No, okay, before you say anything, let me say this.
Okay.
We've been talking Cleveland, Chuck Hole City,
Okay.
Browns.
Okay.
It's going down. This is
Okay.
the make or break draft.
Okay.
Who we take at 4, 26.
That's it.
That's it?
We'll give y'all the second round later. But guess what? That 35 pick is gonna be traded if we get it in the first round. So
Oh my!
I'm gonna give y'all
what?
Gonna give y'all a little bit of flavor like that. That number 35 pick in the second round will be used as a trade to get back in the first round. The Browns will have 3 first round picks in 2014.
Ooh, now listen. Now you know your card is on the line.
Yeah.
Your shot card is on the line. You
The
know what happened?
laminated one.
I'm not gonna try to tell you.
The gold sprinkle.
Right. Now you know what happened when your shot card get took. Right. You don't
Right.
get it back. You got to do community service and all that. Okay. So come
no
on with it.
warning, no probation, no nothing.
No nothing. Come on with it. Let me see what you got. That's great. That's
Hey,
right.
I'm gonna give you the Browns number 4 pick, but I'm gonna give you the top 5 first.
Oh, okay.
I want to set you all up with this.
Okay.
When the commissioner comes to the podium with the card for the Houston Texans at number 1, they will take Khalil Mack.
Oh my Lord.
I know everybody
We done bought the farm. Are you in?
Listen, I know everybody say Jadeveon Clowney is a once in a lifetime, whatever, but he's a once in a lifetime question mark as well. He's a once in a lifetime generation talent, but he's a once in a lifetime question mark. If you go back and look at Romeo Crennel's defenses, he never had a DN that was dominant. His linebackers wreaked havoc. He's going to turn Khalil Mack loose. You have J.J. Watt on one side, you're going to have Khalil Mack on the other side. It's the same heat, just that Khalil Mack will be standing up instead of having his hand in the dirt like Jadeveon Clowney would. And that, when you do that, it lessens the chance of Khalil Mack being double teamed. When Jadeveon Clowney comes to the line, he's going to have two people signing him day one. Maybe with a running back coming to chip or a tight end to chip.
Okay.
With Khalil Mack standing up and being able to read, react, and get around, that's right down Romeo Crennel's wheelhouse. So my mock draft, Houston Texans to take Khalil Mack. At number 2, the St. Louis Rams. Hey, it's all about good old boy network and who you know. Jeff Fisher loves the Matthews family. And he will continue to share that love because he will draft my man Jake Matthews out of A&M at number 2.
Man, I know we be jumping out the tree, man. My gosh. You ain't even give me a squirrel suit.
Hey,
oh my Lord.
ask Jeff Fisher how much he loved Bruce Matthews.
Okay. All right.
That packed his bag when he went from Houston to Tennessee. Let's go, coach.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, how Clay doing? Okay.
I'll take that.
It's in the bloodline, right? In the Jimmy pipeline and bloodline?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Pedigree.
Pedigree.
All right.
At number 3, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, they're trying to sell tickets, but I believe they got a young GM down there too. He's tired of that too. He's trying to make a name for himself too, and it's not
Okay.
about splash. He's trying to win. He understands we got to win. He takes Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney goes to the Jags at number 3. And now, the Super Bowl that we've been waiting 500 weeks for. They done pushed back 2 more weeks, and I'm tired of it. The Cleveland Browns will select wide receiver Sammy Watkins out of Clemson.
Okay, I can live with that. I can live. Our partner Gully said,
Now let me tell you.
Anthony Barr.
Let me tell you.
Producer.
Hold on. I understand
Okay,
you're a producer. I hope you don't cut me and put a plug on me. But Anthony Barr as a linebacker, I can't do it. I can't do it. You line Watkins up. Listen to this, everybody. Listen to this. Because Josh Gordon, Sammy Watkins, what's the little man name in the slot? Hawkins in the slot.
Yeah.
Jordan Cameron at tight end. And a single back with Ben Tate.
All right.
America, who you gonna guard?
Okay.
America, what's your defense? Where you rotate the safeties, America?
Okay.
Where you slide the Mike linebacker at?
So what you're saying is the coordinator on the other side, he done had Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, he had a Pepto-Bismol shake. But again, we said earlier in the show, talent wins. Talent today wins.
All right.
Talent right now wins. Again, tell me what defense you're going to run. You have Sammy, Josh, Jordan, and again, I keep forgetting my man's name.
Tate.
In the slot.
Hawkins. That's disrespectful. I'm gonna call him.
I'm sorry. Hold on. He's from Cincinnati, man. So hold on, give me a minute. You gotta show me something. But anyway, you got Ben Tate and the I back again. But again, the name that we missing the most with my pick is Shanahan. You gave Shanahan all these toys. You giving this guy you giving him the 9-laters, the Chico stick. What else we have? The Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
You give him all
the blow pops, the whole nine.
You give him the whole bag of the blow pops. And you said, guess what? You ain't got to get none of them back. You can use all of them. You have all of them.
Okay.
I give all these.
Okay.
I give all these. And I guess what? I got to get none of them.
Okay.
No, you still got 6 picks. You still remember, you still got 5.
You still got money to go back and get some more.
You still got money to go back and get some more.
All right, so let's keep
all right.
Keep rolling.
I think I have Oakland taking Robinson. They got Matt Schaub over there. That was a good look. You need to protect him. You're going to pay him $12 million a year.
Okay.
Might as well keep him upright.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Schaub was sacked a lot last year.
Yeah.
And a lot of them sacks, not a lot of them, but a few of them sacks led to interceptions in crucial games.
That led to that streak of pick sixes he had. That, in my opinion, doomed him.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it makes sense so far, Black. You're making sense. You're making sense to me.
We run down to Atlanta. Matt Ryan just got his deal. Taylor Lewan from Michigan.
Right.
Put another lineman right there. You keep going. Steven Jackson, I hope he's healthy this year. Roddy White and Julio Jones. That's a good plug-in right there.
Okay.
Keep that train moving.
Okay.
7 in Tampa. That's where the show goes to Florida. Johnny Manziel goes to the Buccaneers at 7.
So they don't like Glennon, Mike Glennon, I think is his name. Yeah, because no, Shiano did.
Right. This
And
is Lovey.
this is Lovey.
And I believe Lovey, old school as he is, I believe he heard all the chatter about him not being, that he was almost prehistoric in his offense. He was almost prehistoric in his thinking.
Yeah,
he was
that
only
was
one man, one
stopper,
side.
yeah.
I believe this play a lot into why he would take Manziel.
Yeah.
Take a shot at him, you know what I'm saying? So I believe Manziel goes to Tampa. Minnesota would take Mike Evans. They afraid they got Matt Castle in the offseason. Give him a little more weapons, see what he can do.
And do you believe, I'm glad you brought that up, do you believe anything about the GM, I can't think of his name over there in Minnesota, he said he's not getting rid of Christian Ponder.
No.
So does that factor
Yes,
in?
because again, when you take these guys, whether you reach for them or not, you're married to them.
Yeah,
You stuck with them.
yeah.
And I believe if he gets rid of Ponder or tries to trade him or whatever, or bring a quarterback in there, the owner gonna say, you pick him. So after a year you threw my money away, you want to rich man's attention, touch them pockets.
You
Touch them pockets.
You know.
All right, we're moving on. Buffalo, I got Buffalo taking the tight end Ebron out of North Carolina. Give EJ Manuel some more weapons.
Yeah, you know, I just read a thing on, I don't know how true it is, but Marcel Darius, man, just got hemmed up for doing something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and I don't know about that. I read that. So I don't know. I'm going straight on what EJ Manuel should.
Okay, all
You know,
right.
that's a young quarterback.
Okay.
Moving on to Detroit, I believe they keep this boy in state. Darquez Denard, corner, Michigan State. They keeping him in state.
So this Detroit now.
Detroit at 10.
At 10.
Denard at 10.
So do you believe any weight to all the talk about Detroit trying to maybe moving up in the top 5?
No, because you're saying Golden Tate as a free agent.
Okay, that's right. Okay,
You still got Pettigrew as a tight end.
Okay.
Detroit, and you got Caldwell over there, which he's taking accountability into that locker room. So they not walking that locker room no more saying, oh, he made us lose. No, we lost.
I got you.
Matter of fact, quarterback, you go to the podium first. You tell them why we lost. Stafford's going to have a lot of responsibility and accountability since Caldwell's the coach. Going down, we at Tennessee. I was going back and forth with my man, but now I'm telling my producer, this is who will draft Barr. Barr will go to the Tennessee Titans with my man.
Hey, there's your pick, producer Gully.
My man,
We got D. Gully, y'all.
Wizard Hunt, and my man who we just had. What's our D coordinator name?
The D coordinator name now?
No, who just left us and went to
Jerron. No. The dude with the braids, Percy Ellsworth.
No.
Ray Horton. Ray Horton Ellsworth.
Ray Horton to get a little toy with Barr.
Okay.
The Giants, they need help with Eli. Eli get a little longer in the tooth like his brother. They'll protect him with Zach Martin from out of Notre Dame. St. Louis, everybody didn't fall for the Johnny Manziel hype or the hype. You remember they got at the second pick. Who I give him at the second pick?
You ain't give us a second pick.
Who did I give him at the second
You
pick?
said Matthews.
They got the offensive lineman. Now they'll get the secondary help with Ha Dix.
I told him to take his pills.
Ha Dix will be with the Rams at 13. 14, I got the Bears taking Justin Gilbert. I'm just doing the division. Pittsburgh will take Odell Beckham. Baltimore will take Calvin Pryor. That's a great pickup. That's their next Ed Reed.
Yeah, well, they do that.
The Bengals will take Kyle Fuller. And just to wrap up the Browns at 26, I got the Browns taking my man Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, no.
Bridgewater be there at 26. They're going to get him. They're going to get him. So the Browns come out this draft with Sammy Watkins at number 4 and Teddy Bridgewater at number 5 at 26.
Now you know. Now I know it's the going thing for the national pundits to put out erroneous reports and then retract them. But at the shop we don't do that at the shop. So you standing by this?
Yes.
You standing by this?
I'm standing by this because I don't know the trades and the backdoor talk. We do a status quo. If everything stay on up and up what it is, everybody stay where you at, pick where you at, no trades, no blockbuster, no draft day, no Kevin Costner, Sonny Weaver, and none of that.
No cameras.
No camera.
Okay.
You stay here, we taking Sammy Watkins, we taking Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, unfortunately, y'all, that's all the time we got for now. This time. Email us. theshopreport365@gmail.com or Twitter @theshopreport. Stay tuned. The podcast is coming soon. And let me say, we want to hear what y'all got to think. Oh, did I say got to think? Or what y'all do think? I mean, it's tired, I'm tired, man. You know what I'm saying? We tired. But seriously, email us, shopreport365gmail.com, Twitter at the Shop Report. Email us, whatever you got to do, man. Just let us know what y'all think. And remember, man, next time y'all want to know something, man, just come to the shop, man. Walk-ins are always welcome. For Coach D, I'm Barbershop J. This has been the Shop Report, y'all. We out of here.